Happy birthday, dear Sarah. Happy birthday to you. Hey, y'all, come on in. You're here on one of my favorite days.
I chose a floral scent today from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays, Saturdays, and her birthday.
We are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, y'all, come on in. Thank you for finding our little barbershop. If you happen to be here during one of the live premieres on YouTube, why? Come on in the live chat. Meet the Whiff Pack, a cool group of friends from all over the world hanging out. They'd love to meet you, too.
They would. And for our mention today, Marcus wanted to talk a little more about his adventures with the Ollie-Works razor.
So I wanted to try the 3-plate. Y'all, so I did it right. I saved up 2.5 days worth of growth, and I installed the most aggressive plate that the aluminum Ollie-Works Meteorite comes with. And y'all, I cut myself up pretty good on my Adam's apple, which I was expecting, but I got a really good one here under my nose, and I was not expecting that. And I think the reason is, this thing is aggressive with the 3-plate, but it completely hides the feel of the blade. I just wasn't sure where it was. So my Texan Shaves razor from Alpha, that one's more aggressive than the 3-plate, but I can really feel where that blade is, and I can control it. Here, I don't know where it is, which might be a good thing for some of y'all that don't want to feel that scrapey, but still want an aggressive razor. But for me, I think I'm at home with the 2-plate because I know right where that blade is and I know right how to get it under my little hairs. So this has been my TED Talk. What is our soap today?
Our soap today is Son of Honeysuckle. I decided it was time for another floral around here for my birthday.
Well, y'all, let's meet this son of a honeysuckle. All right, y'all, from the sales page at Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements.
Somewhere lurking in the garden of your memory banks at dusk, hanging in the perfumed summer breeze of your youth, you will catch a whiff of honeysuckle long before you see it. Heady and nectareous, a little like jasmine tinged with vanilla. You know this scent well, and the memories it spawns and will spawn with every shave to come. Welcome to time travel. Excerpt from our 2019's original re-release. Fans of our original Honeysuckle will truly enjoy our latest variation on this Phoenix shaving cult classic. Fran and I took a long, hard look at the original recipe and noticed some room for improvement. So, improve we did. Son of Honeysuckle tackles the more sophisticated side of the Japanese honeysuckle flower this year, a bold, deeper, moodier expression of the true soul of the blossom.
Using a blend of both Japanese honeysuckle hydrosol, calendula hydrosol, and benzoin resin, I was really able to add more body to the profile of the accord while not getting in the way of the original notes. This pushing and pulling of the scent made a difference in how the fragrance develops during the course of the day. Son of Honeysuckle comes to life during the dry down. Fans will be astounded. Keeping it thematically and equally beneficial, I also chose to add honeysuckle extract and pure calendula oil as skin food. Y'all, I thought this was going to be a single scent note. So, but hints of jasmine and vanilla and definitely actual benzoin.
Right?
In there, y'all, who knows what mysteries and wonders we're going to find on this one. Let's open the box. Oh, is there more than one? In there, why? There might be a surprise to come, but you didn't see it.
Nope.
Ah, there it is. I really wanted this one last year, but it went away too fast.
It did.
Here is the splash in my favorite foamy paper. Oh.
Hey, the tab's
The
back!
tape folder is back.
Look at how clean that just rolls off.
They might have been on vacation. Oh, look at that label. Y'all, being a giant fan of Ed Wood myself, I love it when these labels call back to the old sci-fi movies of the 50s. And come along with us. It's time for this honeysuckle-ish first impression. I'm curious. Oh.
It's a similar color. Okay. Just figured I'd check.
Take it in, see what you get. Oh, I like the sticker under the lid.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Okay, that is pure honeysuckle now that I'm smelling it. But it's almost like the cleanest, most pristine version of it. So I guess I kind of thought there usually were other florals in my mom's garden that were close to the honeysuckle. But now that I'm smelling it on its own, I can really get to know its kind of voice singing here. Right. But it is it's screaming like early morning to me. The cleanliness side of it, I feel like it's like the fog just wore off, like the sun hasn't quite kicked in fully, but just enough to start waking up the little scent profiles on the flower. Like it's just waking up.
Well, florals for me have a very different scent in the late afternoon than they do in the morning. After the afternoon sun has had its way with them, they smell a little bit wilty. That's kind of different for me than a morning floral.
So I feel like it's almost like the dew has just dripped off of the little petals. It's got a good intensity here, but I don't think I feel any other florals around like protruding. I could just get to have like a single focus.
Now, honeysuckle can turn up all the way to 11 if you let it. Where's it sitting in here? Scale of 1 to 5.
I'd say it's close to 4. So it didn't quite get to 5. It's a little more than the 3.5.
I'm curious, since I've been working with benzoin resin, if I'll be able to sense it in this or if it's just become a part of the accord.
So it's funny, as soon as you said that, my brain was like, no, there's another spicy kind of thing in here. Go past the sweet of the honeyness. Yeah. And I think you do get that at the base. I think I just like how real this smells. Right. Like, it doesn't feel like it's the scratch and sniff version or like the lady's body lotion that you would go buy somewhere else. This is like the real flower, the real garden. That side is coming through. Like, I do feel like I'm just sitting on a bench in a park and I'm surrounded by all of this lovely honeysuckle, and I can just sit here and indulge and let the rays be on my face and pause. Like, it's very quiet, it's very calming, that this naturally just has attached to this whiff.
I can pretty much guarantee you that the honeysuckle you'll find in a lotion at Target on the shelf is not using the aroma ingredients that this is. Honeysuckle is notorious for giving up very little hydrosol during that process. So to have the real stuff in here is a level of luxury you generally can't get at the drugstore.
Because there is a part to the honeysuckle flower. At the end, it's not that it gets scrunchy, but there's something that you know it's a real flower that's at the end.
It can turn up too loud for me. In some sense, can't, but honeysuckle can. You got to be careful in the balance. That's why I'm glad you said it stopped somewhere between a 3.5 and a 4.
Right.
Because that means air brakes have been applied. That means it's been a bit hugged and subdued, so it doesn't crawl up your nose like that, and maybe that's how the benzoin's being used.
Maybe. I mean, maybe when we lather, that could change, like sometimes adding water, but at least here, I feel like it's kind of gotten its voice.
Now, sometimes when perfumers say it's a little like jasmine and vanilla, it's because they've actually added jasmine and vanilla in there. Do you sense a jasmine and vanilla accord going on with the honeysuckle?
If it's there, it's super, super subtle, like kind of just rounding out the edges.
Right.
To me, my brain perceives it as just the honeysuckle itself.
Right.
But I could be wrong if they're kind of hidden in the back.
Well, one test for vanilla is color. Let's see. Oh, no.
Not really. I looked earlier.
Right. The vanillin soaps generally turn a bit brown. They oxidize. Doesn't mean the scent changes.
All right. You ready to meet this honeysuckle?
I so am. Only because I know what real honeysuckle smells like. And hold on. Let's have a grown-up conversation. That's not what I'm expecting. That's not what the perfuming world does for me. That's not why I love it. I love going to art museums with people who love art because I don't. And I need to borrow their love of art to do it. I love honeysuckle. But you know what I love even better? Smelling what different artisans do with it. Smelling how Heather remembers her grandmother's honeysuckle to smell. So I'm excited to have Douglas and Fran with us here at the piano in some form to help explore their love of honeysuckle. Even alluded to in the sales page that it wasn't exactly perfect for them, and they did some rebalancing with the scent itself. So here we go, taking it in through the eyes of an artisan.
Yes.
Whoa!
It's real.
Love this. And here's why. I think what I was afraid of as a guy is this was going to go sweet, 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 sweet. It doesn't. It goes sweet, 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 sweet. And it kind of stays there. And then it turns creamy. And then as soon as that happens and your nose is no longer afraid of going into the sweet zone, it can dive down and find a couple of other notes that are not balanced sweet-wise, but are balanced character wise. So I would be shocked if there's not a little vanilla in here. I would be shocked if there's not a little jasmine in here because of how they're balancing out the honeysuckle. And then something I've been a little afraid to use because I think it's going to turn all my stuff into root beer, benzoin resin. But what if it doesn't? Hold on. I did not sense it in here at all. And I have had my benzoin resin under my nose for the last 4 days. So something amazing's been done here with that. Hold on a second.
I got it on my second whiff, so let's see how that goes. Just settle.
You know the part of the honeysuckle that can kind of go medicinal.
Yeah.
You know, the benzoin resin is helping to just lop that off. So right before it gets to the point where it almost smells too much like a soap, it begins to smell more like a floral again. And I think the benzoin is what's doing that. That's beautiful, y'all. And fans of benzoin resin, I think, can also find it in clown fruit, but that's a theory. And then on the other side of it, there's something a little blue and bracing for me that kind of helps open the door. I'm not actually hit with full-on honeysuckle at the very beginning. I'm hit with like honeysuckle in a nice blue leather jacket. And then the jacket comes off as we relax, as often happens. So there is so much going on in here, but it's a single scent note. You say, I know, but I have been watching my Sarah McCartney on YouTube, and she refers to hydrosols and essential oils as nature's accords. She reminds us that there are a ton of fragrance materials in hydrosols, in essential oils. So single note, well, perhaps, but that doesn't mean there's not a ton going on in here. Wow. And you're right. It's a total morning floral. And here's why. I get a sense of cold from this. Not in a menthol way, but in a morning in California, what it smells like when we go outside and the sun is coming up. Smell this.
That's exactly what I was hinting at earlier. Like there's a morning fog rolling off the hills somehow.
And it's funny because there's one note that I look for in the highest sweets of the honeysuckle where this isn't being allowed to get that sweet. That note has been plucked and put at the beginning of the whiff. It's almost a lavender for me. Talk about stirring memories. Y'all, honeysuckle grows abundantly outside of the chapel at the University of the Pacific in Stockton, California, where my mom and dad were married.
Oh, yeah.
And every once in a while, they would take us back and show us the chapel, and mom would get kind of teary. And then we'd go sit under the honeysuckle and take pictures or have a little picnic. And I love knowing with our wedding approaching that if I ever want to have a smell like my mom might have smelled on her wedding day, I can go grab this.
That might be perfect.
Nan and Grandpa moved away from Stockton when they died, as often happens. Do you smell that kind of bracing floral thing at the beginning that's almost a lavender kind of thing? What is that?
I don't know either, but I think that's how I knew it was morning. Like there's something in how that's connected to the floral, whatever magic that is.
Oh, well, y'all, why don't you come along with us? We're going to go back and look at this scent note and build a ladder. All right, y'all, back to the sales page at Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. You know, as soon as I saw benzoin resin, I knew the gloves were off. I knew they could have been putting anything in this. But here's what they list as your scent profile.
Epic honeysuckle, heady and nectareous, a little like jasmine tinged with vanilla. My goodness.
Being cute. Hi. Apparently it's very calming. And you know, let's settle this once and for all. Is there actual jasmine and vanilla in this, or is it what the calendula oil is adding? It's in the marigold family.
You know, that may not be wrong. There is something different about a hydrosol, too.
Right.
Like, during the whiff, a lot of these ones that we've read, and you know that there's hydrosols in it, it kind of changes the whiff in a different way as just a scent oil does.
And for all of my Fibonacci's out there, if you're a fan of 11235, there's a correlation, I think. So y'all, let's talk about benzoin resin. When we first got our sample of benzoin resin, we couldn't even get it out of the container. It was like super sticky. We had to put it in really hot water and then dilute it. In fact, I keep it here under my armpit at all times for good measure. Now, if you get a little bit of a snootful of this actual benzoin, can you sense it in the son of honeysuckle? I will do the same thing. Hold on a second. This is something you will only find here in the Barbershop Duet. This is the benzoin whiff on 3. 1, 2. That is nice. Oh, subtle.
Barely.
Subtle. And
Barely
it's there to balance out the sweet, I think, because the sweet in this is more of a sarsaparilla root beer kind of a sweet, where that's really a high floral sweet. So this is, I think, how they're kind of arresting that sweet and not letting it crawl up your nose too much.
I think it also just adds like a secret masculine-ish little thing at the very end.
Right.
You know? Like, it's not much, but it's just enough to kind of round it out, like how a spice usually adds that in.
Yes, because this is smooth and calming, but it is 100% masculine, and I'm not sure how.
I agree. Right. But I think that's what I was getting more is like something is sitting underneath the flower side that's just helping kind of bring it back to earth a little bit.
And speaking of coming back to earth a little bit, this is our intergalactic, indestructible, shatterproof travel scuttle. It was a gift from PAA at the very beginning of our journey. These are our bougie sticks. We had a question about these the other day in the comments. We get them from Amazon.com. They are waxing sticks. We get them in batches of 500 so we don't contaminate our soap. And I'm just going to scoop out about an almond size here and place it into my travel scuttle. Now, the cool thing about this travel scuttle is you can fill it with hot water if you want to and enjoy a really nice warm lather.
Or for summer, you can put water in it before you add your soap, put it in the freezer, let it freeze inside there, and then you get a nice chilly lather when you start building it later. And if you're really crazy, you can add in some of the chill mill and put a little menthol in there, and it's a whole summer fun.
You know. And I thought my StarCraft brush would be fitting for this, so y'all, we don't use our normal lathering process for the scuttle, but it has a way of building a lather with its own methods, and we are not complaining. A little more boozy water, as Douglas will tell you, when in doubt, add a little more. And y'all, if you are not a member of the fan page for Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements over on Facebook, you might want to go have a look. We discuss very important things like the goofy hand technique or the Lazarus method. Neither of those are what I thought they were. And you know, because it is hydrosol, it's just making this so real, which is cool because as we've read, the Japanese honeysuckle provides very little hydrosol throughout the process. All right, y'all, this is something you will only find here in the Barbershop Duet. This is the Honeysuckle whiff on 3, 1, 2. It does not suck. That does not suck.
They're pretty close,
This
right?
has more of that lavender sort of
Intro.
dense floral smell. This is all spread out and beautiful. This is wild. This smells exactly like I'm under a real honeysuckle tree, and most of the honeysuckle scents that I smell don't do that. They give me a whimsical artisan version of the honeysuckle. This doesn't, especially if I put it like right here and do that.
A little whiff,
Y'all,
drive-by whiff.
y'all, if you live near honeysuckle, if this scent does burrow deep into your soul, put it in the comments, but this is threateningly real.
There's something a little more like afternoon approaching in this, a little less morning.
Yeah,
I think
the
that
water
was in the actual
aged
pub.
it a bit throughout the day for you. Yeah, I totally get that too. Just maybe the humidity of the water kind of added to the afternoon sense of this. And y'all, we love watching Angelo on the Shave Arcade, but we don't do shaving here in the Barbershop Duet. We thought you might still like to see what it looks like when this Phoenix lather coats and covers a moneymaker. Y'all, this is probably the most trusty lather we've got. I adore this. All right, see what you get from it on the face. Beautiful.
Then you want some too.
It's way gentler than I thought it would be on the face. It's the perfect intensity, 2.53.
You mentioned lavender earlier, and I am getting like a light purpley-ish hue to this flower. For some reason, I know honeysuckles aren't, but there must be something in here that's just adding that little clean side to it.
And y'all, let's see how far the blossom falls from the tree. Come along with us. We'll take this a little deeper. I'm not sure if they added the sun for the reformulation, but I do know it's a throwback to the old monster movies of the 50s and 60s. Whenever you had to do like a sequel, you would do Son of the Werewolf, Son of the Vampire, The Vampire Goes West. Basically Halloween Nepo babies.
There you go.
That's, yeah. I'm not only excited to smell this, but I am excited to smell this with our benzoin to see if I can actually find it in here. Oh, that's interesting.
Back to the sticker.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. There's no plug in this. It's the sticker. Is it because we make the pop sound?
We did just watch Little Shop of Horrors, and this idea of the plant kind of attacking her is really adding into that fun effect, too.
I hate the sticker.
I was trying to stall for you.
I hate the sticker now. Now that we've had the plug, plus the sticker leaves a little bit of sticky residue on it, and it pulls the white thing out of your cap. That's the worst part of my day. I get it. But you know what? Still. Okay, then what you got to do is you got to rub the top real good to get all the sticky off so it doesn't pull on the white thing on your cap.
Unpacking 101.
Little there and a little something there. Here we go. Look at him.
Oh, you smell it, lady?
Oh,
She likes this one.
Interesting.
Oh,
That's where the vanilla is coming from, is the benzoin. I get
They
it
did
now.
say on the page that the dry down is where the magic is. So let's let this dry down for real.
A few moments later.
I'm getting some kind of beachy.
Huh.
What?
I almost got like a sandy kind of a vibe. But
right.
with the coolness in the air, that foggy thing's still there. Like our beach here is cooler. There's something like that sandy kind of beach.
Fresh, clean laundry spread out on the bed you can take a nap in, or is that just me?
But no, I'm with you. But I feel like I'm actually at a fancy bed and breakfast on the coast, and the windows are open, and there happens to be a honeysuckle plant outside or something, and I'm getting whiffs of that coming in. Not ocean air, but just cool breeze.
And here's the thing I was afraid of. I was afraid this would be too much. Honeysuckle can get too much too fast. It can. And you got to be careful when you make things like this, that once you put it on, it doesn't overpower. It doesn't have those pokies, because after wearing it for 3 hours, especially if you get a little hungry, they start poking in the wrong way. This goes in the other direction. It's almost like he's put in a couple of voids where there used to be pokies, just to make sure that doesn't happen. And I think that's what the benzoin's doing. Here, hold on a second. Smell this.
All right.
And then smell this with the benzoin and see if you can see how it's poking out in the aftershave.
It's still barely subtle.
Right.
But it's in there. I think the dry down is actually helping that note.
Yes.
It's just at the very, very last edge of your whiff.
And do you feel how it's subduing the sweetness in the honeysuckle?
Yeah.
Brilliant. And it almost makes it transparent. I'm not sensing the benzoin in its form in here. I'm sensing what it's doing.
I actually get more like the hydrosol side as it's drying down now.
Right.
Like if you were to walk into the office building wearing this, it doesn't take over the room.
Right.
Where sometimes the florals can get really talkative.
No, I think it would just give the sense that you are using the world's greatest laundry stuff. That's what you would sense at work.
I feel like one of the first words I used when I took a whiff is that there was clean in there. So you still had that clean side to it. I know we're getting this in summer, but I feel like this almost screams a little more springtime to me.
Yes. And because I watched the beginning of this episode, I know that there's a mashup of this and Atomic Age Bay Rum coming soon. Stay tuned. So it's pretty simple, y'all. Just be Marcus visiting his grandparents' house with his mom and dad, and they want to take you over to the chapel at UOP to show you where they got married. Well, the chapel is beautiful. The stained glass is beautiful. And the honeysuckle is so beautiful that you want to take your grandma's picture with one of the 12 exposures that you bought for your film camera. And when you get that picture back from the lab, pretty sure you had all your light settings right, she's going to end up looking like the son of Frankenstein, and you're going to get your own. So head over to their website at phoenixartisanaccoutrements.com, or even better, do it by way of the link in the description. It's an affiliate link, which lets them know that we sent you, and it gives us back a small percentage of the sale, which we'll probably spend on soap so we can make more episodes. It's at no cost to you, and we would be grateful.
All right, y'all, I am back from my birthday shave with Son of Honeysuckle, and boy, was it enjoyable. Great way to start the day. Crisp, clean, and it just has a little flirty fun with the floral side going on, but it makes me even more excited because we have Atomic Honeysuckle coming soon, so stay tuned.
Hey, welcome to Messages.
So for our August giveaway, we wanted to give you a chance to get $25 to Ariana and Evan.
Yeah, y'all, and all you have to do to be eligible for this giveaway is send us an email to WeSentYou@theBarbershopDuet.com so that we can get back to you. It's the only way we communicate about our giveaways. And then check back here on our first September episode to see if you are our lucky winner.
Best of luck.
So a good birthday scent?
Yes, it's super. I'm so curious to have my mom take a whiff of it and my sister, because I want to know what they think, because that front garden really just strikes some fun memories to me, and birthdays always have this fun throwback side to them, and you just reminisce about different things. So I'm glad, but it really has a fun, gentle, calming, grounding sense to me every time I take a whiff that I'm really enjoying.
And y'all, before we realized we needed to be collecting raw materials, we accidentally purchased a few accords, and one of them was a honeysuckle accord from a high-level perfuming house. And look at my face. It's not as good as what Douglas and Fran have done at PAA. This is truly a special creation. Not just because the heart of this is so close to the real heart of a honeysuckle, but because of how they have placed it so perfectly, somewhere gentle, somewhere masculine, so that you want this on your face all day, even without the benzoin.
Right? But I'm curious, if this is how they do Son of Honeysuckle, how the lavender planet thing comes out, because lavender, there are multiple lavenders as we were looking those up as well. So I'm very curious what their lens would do to a different floral like that.
Looks like we're gonna have to go visit the PAA site when we're done with this episode.
Maybe.
Now, all right, thanks for being here, y'all, and stay tuned for one more episode of Birthday Fun.
Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell better just watching this.